Hey, my name's David, and the topic I want to discuss for my mini Pekakucha is sustainability because it has been a topic consistently discussed in our classroom. My goal is to inform everyone about this, from lowering pollution to CO2 emissions to consuming less resources, electricity and water, and to supporting our natural environment will be some of the topics I will discuss in the following slides. This first picture shows the ridiculous amount of pollution that is produced by industries and factories in our modern world. This pollution will make our air quality worse while making the CO2 levels in our atmosphere even higher than it already is. These CO2 emissions can be critical to our society because it could cause global warming. And global warming is the theory that our world is warming up because of the high amount of CO2 that gets trapped in our atmosphere. As I had said, global warming is a huge issue to our world because many organisms are slowly dying due to the rising temperatures. Organisms that live in the cold areas are taking a huge hit because the temperatures are dropping and all the glaciers and ice are melting. When the glaciers and ice melt, some organisms that live on ice will have no home and possibly drown into the waters. Some people don't believe it's true, but global warming is very true. Global warming is a huge issue to our world because many organisms are slowly dying due to the rising temperatures. When the glaciers and ice melt, some organisms that live on the ice will have no home and possibly drown into the waters. Some people don't believe that global warming is true, so here's a chart describing how the CO2 levels lead to the increase of temperatures severely. As you can see, here are some examples of us humans damaging the environment. Transportation is a crucial component that damages our environment because it involves the usages of natural resources and it involves severely high levels of pollution. Plastic water bottles are also very detrimental because they are supposed to be recyclable, but most humans just throw it away and 80% of it ends up in the landfills. This figure here shows that nearly 86% of U.S. consumption comes from fossil fuels, whether it is natural gas, coal, nuclear power, renewable energy, or petroleum. Burning fossil fuels are known to produce a significant amount of CO2, which could lead to global warming, and we are depleting our non-renewable resources at the same time. Here are some ways to be more sustainable. 47% of Europeans use diesel fuel, while less than 2% of Americans use diesel fuel. Diesel fuel is known to give off less CO2 emissions compared to oil or petroleum. The CO2 emissions from America are nearly 3 times greater than that of Europe. So we should stop cutting down. Recycling is a key component to living sustainably because much materials that can be reused is often thrown away into the garbage, leading to higher pollution levels. And some things such as plastic don't decompose for as long as 10,000 years, so once we throw it in the ground, it can be deadly to our world. Another way we can go green is simply by turning off our electrical appliances when we're not using them. The transportation sector of the United States nearly produces 28% of the world's CO2 emissions. If everyone in the U.S. could walk or take public transportation systems, not only will it reduce CO2 emissions significantly, but it will also reduce pollution levels. Less resources will also need to be used if more people are walking and carpooling. Even making little changes in the house can make a huge difference in water conservation. Water conservation is a very important concept because only 1% of the world's water is usable as fresh water. Since most of our household water usage comes from toilets, showers, laundries, and faucets, here are some ways you could conserve water. By turning off the water when you brush your teeth or wash your face, by not taking baths but only taking showers, and by showers, quick showers that save water. Another way we can impact our world is by planting native plants and trees that will thrive, because if you have enough room for a small garden, you can make your own groceries and food without having to buy inorganic or packaged fruits from the mart. This also reduces the use of non-renewable resources and purchase production inputs while protecting the soil and allowing us to use it again. Not only does it help serve our environment in positive ways, but it can also be a way to provide adequate and dependable forms of income.